Hey, we're back.
Hello. Hello.
Oh, that was a good video earlier. Last week we talked about the big S, sex. Hopefully, if you didn't watch it, you can watch it from last week. Today we're gonna do a shorter one, the T. Um, in life we don't like this conversation happening. In life things happen, but when we go over life and we have relationship, one thing we do happen is that when the spouse says, honey, we need to do the talk. Every spouse like would just run away, like, what talk? What did I do this time? And you want to run away. Children want to run away. Anybody wants to run away when they come to the point of sitting down and doing the talk.
I like talking.
I know. Most women like to talk, and we just need to listen, guys. But I just wanted to set the space here to with one verse in Ephesians 4, verse 26, about the talk. It says, and never let ugly or hateful words come out of your mouth, but instead let your words become beautiful gifts that encourage others. Do this by speaking words of grace to help them. When we do the talk, this is what I'm trying to say. Many times we don't know that we're actually hurting because we're actually telling the truth, another T. But the truth is not in love. The truth cuts and not builds. And so I just want to be really challenging that when we do the talk, guys, we need to understand that we need to do the talk to encourage, not giving ugly, hateful words, but to think about what's beautiful. So one big word, as the T stands for, is thankful. We need to start off saying thankful for what we start off. Any talk, we need to be thankful first. And then we do wait, see the timing, not the T, when we tell the truth, but in love. Because we want to build the person up. What do you think? Think.
Think and truth. Love is my favorite word. I'm really big about the words that people say because the Bible talks a lot about our words and the importance, and it says the power of life and death is in the tongue. So I guess my only advice is if you want to communicate with your partner, your spouse, your beloved, the one you chose to be with for the rest of your life, the best way to communicate would be in love and making it as sincere and to the point. Women, we like to talk a lot, and men, I think some men can definitely hold their attention, but other men, it's hard to have a long attention span, and a lot of men like when we get right to the point. So this is just my encouragement for the ladies. If you have something important, you can let them know ahead of time how important it is to you, and be thankful and give him lots of thanks for all that he's doing, and let him know you see that so that he feels admired. But get to the point and say it in love.
So the talk does need to take place, but the how to is what we want to encourage you this video. Because many times, just to be honest, when I do the talk is to get to the point, but sometimes it hurts. Sometimes it's not the right timing. Sometimes it's just the right way to say it. And so we need to understand, so important when we do the talk is to kind of think over first. Think about the person, why he or she does things. I think most of the time the intention is good. I hope. If we start to think the intention is good, then we need to be thankful first before we attack, so to speak, or tell the ugly part. But they say, hey, actually the person intends nice, but the timing for this, the way, whatever the situation, you think about it. You have to stop and think. Did that make sense?
Yeah, I was a teacher, and in our classroom we had a poster that said, before you speak, think. And like the number one thing was, is it helpful? And then is it kind? And is it necessary? So those are just some things that you could think about. Like, if you don't have to say it, or if you say something and it's not going to be helpful to the person, maybe it's better that you just don't say it, actually. Maybe don't talk. Or if you have to have the talk, then whatever talk. But when we say the talk, it almost sounds like that talk you have with your children about sex. But we're past sex. This is tea now. So the talk, just when you need to have a real conversation, and maybe coming together, let's say maybe once a week check-in at least, because every night you can't stay up. I mean, you'll be snoozing if you're trying to talk every night. Maybe if that is helpful, set a time every week to have a time to have a table talk, a meet and talk, things to share that's important, maybe even with your family, I'm just throwing these out there as suggestions. We do not do them. We talk. But we need to maybe heed these ourselves, because we don't want to just be telling you guys things you can do and then we don't do them. We do talk, but it'd be nice to maybe have a weekly talk. Say, hey, let's have a weekly check-in. Can help us too. I think the whole reason why we're doing this is it's going to help us as well. So we're just trying to be real here. We don't know it all. We're learning, and we are also the subjects of people trying to tell us the truth in love. And sometimes the timing of it is hard to hear, but I think humility is needed to really listen to your other, or getting counsel from others and talking with others. Make sure they're wise. Make sure they're seeking God. Make sure they want the best for you in your life. But to have a listening ear and be humble. And sometimes it's unsolicited. So if someone comes to talk to you and you're not ready for it, it's really good to take a slice of humble pie and maybe just listen first before responding. Or if you're not ready to talk, maybe saying, hey, I will talk with you, but let's do it, and give them a time, because you can't really just say talk later, because if it's important to them, they need to know you will talk to them. I'm talking about husbands and wives too, or maybe someone else. But at least give them a time so that they know they can come back and you will follow through with your word to talk.
Excellent. Thank you, Cherish. So again, reminding you this awesome verse from the Bible: never let ugly or hateful words come from your mouth, but instead let your words become beautiful gifts that encourage others. Do this by speaking words of grace to help them. Yes. So let's apply this, guys, including my own situation.
Yes, he does. He speaks words of grace and encouragement, and I try to as well with him, but I think having a talking time would be good too. Let's do it.
Okay, we gotta talk. See you guys.
Bye.
Bye. Thanks for watching.